What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and it's been a while since we talked about it. It slipped under the radar a little bit, but we have not forgotten the rumored female-centric Star Wars series to be directed by Leslye Headland, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein. We'll get more into that in the video. She just confirmed that it will be female-centric, and when you go through these things, when we look at Leslye Headland, you know that she is the typical Kathleen Kennedy hired, that is who wanted her there, that is who leaked that she had been hired for the job, despite the uppers at Disney not wanting this to be the case, not wanting that to get out there, that they brought on the former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein himself. Take a look at the headline from Bounding Into Comics. Leslye Headland provides new details on her upcoming Star Wars show, confirms it is, quote, female-centric. How does it feel, Ryan Johnson, that Leslye Headland's project continues to move forward while you pretend that yours still exists? Must really hurt, to be honest. Leslye Headland, who was announced to be working on a Star Wars series for Disney Plus, recently confirmed the series will be, quote, female-centric. Back in May, Star Wars announced Headland would be writing, executive producing, and serving as the new showrunner for a, quote, new untitled Star Wars series for Disney Plus. Now, remember when it came out, we had all these rumors. It was reported during the initial leak that it would be female-centric. We found out later there were rumors that Kathleen Kennedy's camp actually leaked that, even though people like Bob Iger, the uppers at Disney, didn't want it to happen because they weren't aware that this person had such a close ties to Harvey Weinstein himself. And when we go and we look at what came out there, this is, of course, after she called white women at the top the silent killer. Leslye Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant and co-creator of Netflix Russian Dolls, is rumored to be working on an upcoming Star Wars series. They talk about how white women are the silent killer. We've played that clip before, but also, strangely, right before it was announced that she would be heading up this Star Wars project, she deleted a bunch of tweets. She deleted a bunch of tweets that were related to comments about her and Harvey Weinstein. Very shocking, isn't it? Now, we don't have all those tweets, but we do have some of them, and they are all about Harvey Weinstein, someone who covered for Harvey Weinstein for years. That's who Leslye Headland is. But anyway, I digress. Back to here. No other details were announced at the time, but previous rumors indicated the show would be female-centric and would take place in a, quote, different part of the Star Wars timeline than other projects. Now Headland has confirmed that it is female-centric. She stated, just because my show is technically, yes, female-centric, meaning it centers around a female protagonist, I don't think it necessarily excludes men from that space. That's a very bold statement. I don't think it necessarily excludes men. Yeah, we know what's going to happen. A Kathleen Kennedy hire, a woke progressive writer, director, showrunner. We all know what's going to happen. She continued, listen, I relate to male characters all the time. Like, I root for Mando. Well, knowing what we know about Pedro Pascal, listen, to classify him as male, that's maybe a little bit of a stretch, to be quite honest. I know he's got his pronouns, but, you know, I don't know if that really counts. Like, I continue to root for Luke, like, deeply, deeply. Well, not sure how much I care about Han Solo anymore. When I was little, I really liked him. When I watch him now, I'm kind of like, gosh, a lot of my psyche makes sense now. Okay. Really? Really? You don't root for Han Solo anymore? Because, maybe is it because The Force Awakens fucking ruined him in Disney canon? That's the type of person that is now going to be writing for Star Wars. Someone who doesn't root for the character of Han Solo. Congratulations, Lucasfilm. Congratulations, Disney Star Wars. Again, some people who think that there's hope of turning this around, as long as these people are in power, it's never going to happen. All joking aside, I think an inclusive space means an inclusive space. But at the same time, I think just because someone has a female protagonist doesn't mean it's only meant for women. I agree with that. Now, for this specifically, after hearing the way she speaks, after hearing some of the things that are coming out about this series, I think it is meant for women. But we will see. She went on to describe the upcoming show as a tent revival. Now, I don't understand what this is talking about. I guess before we get to this and how she's describing her Star Wars, let's hear a little bit more from Leslye. We want to play this clip talking about, her favorite Star Wars.
Tell me, what kind of Star Wars fan are you?
I am the type of Star Wars fan that doesn't even have a favorite movie. I just want to live in the universe of Star Wars continually, in perpetuity, forever. So when people are like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I'm like, there is no Star Wars movie. There is only Star Wars.
Look at how proud she is of that answer, that sidestepping, the fact that she can't even name her favorite Star Wars movie. She seems very proud of that fact, but the cringe doesn't end.
So when are you writing a Star Wars movie?
Oh, please, Queen Kathleen Kennedy.
Do you have ideas?
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I think I've had ideas for Star Wars movies since I was 13 years old, maybe 8 years old.
Queen Kathleen Kennedy. You know, oh, I've had ideas for Star Wars movies since I was a little kid. I just can't name my favorite movie, so I'm just going to say I love Star Wars. I love all Star Wars. Trust me. God, that's who is making Star Wars now, ladies and gentlemen. She stated, I kind of see it Star Wars as a religion, which I think we agreed for the purpose of this interview is. I like to think my show is a tent revival. You can come over if you want to. We are going to be talking about some cool stuff. There's going to be some things we haven't discussed in canon yet. There are going to be some characters you don't know about. I would love you to join us. I would love you to be interested in it. And if it's not your thing, the cool thing about Star Wars right now is there's so much you can align yourself with and invest yourself in. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I don't really know the mass amount of Star Wars content that's out there that she's talking about. We have the sequels. Nobody likes the sequels. We have The Mandalorian. That's it. I mean, unless you're counting the Bad Batch TV show that's about to come out, I'm not quite sure what she's saying there. But again, I also don't equate Star Wars itself with a religion and how a tent revival, what that means. That's essentially saying nothing about your show. Telling me the only thing you had going into this was you want it to be female-centric, have a female protagonist. That's not surprising to me. Earlier in the discussion, she provided more details on the show and indicated it will have an Indiana Jones vibe. She explained, I would say it's in a pocket of the universe and a pocket of the timeline that we don't know much about. That's what I can say. Now, some people are saying they think it's an alternate timeline. I have said from the very fucking beginning, I think that is due to the reports and the way that it was originally worded, that it might take place in an alternate timeline. I think what they meant the whole time was a timeline that we haven't explored, meaning just a different time period, not a different timeline. I keep trying to tell people this, but some people think, oh no, this is what they said. We see bad reporting all the time because reporters are absolute idiots. I don't think we need to go galactic level brain here. I think it's very simple, the fact that they probably messed up. I don't think they're creating an alternate timeline for Leslye Headland's TV series. And there is some speculation. After she kind of described what it would be like, while Headland didn't come out and say it, the reference to Indiana Jones definitely has people thinking her show could feature Dr. Aphra as the main protagonist. A rumor back in October from Mikey Sutton indicated Disney was developing a Darth Vader series that would see Aphra introduced as an anti-hero. That's possible, but again, it doesn't really make any sense if they're talking about a different timeline in the Star Wars universe. That's what really doesn't make any sense to me if it was Dr. Aphra, but who knows? You know that they would want it to be Dr. Aphra because Dr. Aphra is LGBTQ+, and Dr. Aphra is a female. So yeah, that's perfect for her. That's exactly what they want to show. The bottom line in all this is that Leslye Headland did finally come out and confirm that this show is female-centric, and that doesn't necessarily exclude men. But knowing what we know about her, knowing that she is a Kathleen Kennedy acolyte, I think we know all we need to know to make an assumption about this show. Final judgment will have to be reserved for the show itself when we actually do find out more and see it, but I think all of us know exactly where this is headed. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.